located deep in the Chusca Mountains, far from the noise of the modern world, is where I make my home. A small clearing, a fire pit, and my old green truck, rusted, stubborn, loyal. A gift from a friend who has long since gone to visit the ancestors. Oh, how I envy him tonight. The fire crackles low, its glow dancing across the pines. The wind carries the scent of juniper and old stories. I sit alone, listening to the heartbeat of the mountain, feeling the weight of the curse the monster slayers placed on me 2,000 years ago. I close my eyes and I walk, not with my feet, but with my spirit. I drift through the dream roads, through places occupied by the lost, the hungry, the vengeful. Spirits twisted by grief, by rage, by the memory of wounds that never healed. Then I saw it. A dust devil rising from the desert floor, but not made of sand. Made of shadows, a shushu addy, a ghost of bitterness, a remnant of a soul that refused to move on. It spun toward me, screaming without a mouth, its voice like wind tearing through bone. And then it spoke a name. Obazi, Baze, a name I have never heard, yet somehow recognized. An African-American man from New Orleans, a man whose soul is touched by his ancestors, a man whose blood carries power, the kind that echoes across oceans and generations. The Shui Addy leaned close, its voice cracking like dry earth. Revenge for the long walk. The dream roads shook. The fire in the waking world hissed, and I felt the curse tighten around my spirit, like the hands of the monster slayers themselves. Something is coming, something old, something angry, and it has spoken his name.
As I look into the night sky, my mind is overwhelmed by the beauty I behold. Stars scattered like cornmeal across black cloth. The same sky my ancestors prayed under. The same sky that watched me fall. My thoughts drift back to the night everything changed. The night I was cursed by Nian Esgani and Toba Jiskaini, the monster slayers themselves. Before that night, I was not a warrior. I was not a hunter. I was the village hata to the healer, the singer, the one who kept the balance between my people and the holy ones. They trusted me. They depended on me. They believed I would stand when darkness came. But when the monster rose from the canyon, when its shadow swallowed the firelight, when its roar shook the stones beneath our feet, I froze. I, John Gray Wolf Hadawi of Kinwani, keeper of the songs, protector of the people, stood still while the creature tore through my home, my family, my blood. I let my village die, and when the monster slayers arrived, they did not look at the creature first. They looked at me. Nanesgani's voice was like stone breaking. You had the power to stand? You chose fear. Tobachi Skyni's voice was softer, but it cut deeper. You were their hata too, their shield, and you let the shield fall? Then they touched my forehead, 2 fingers burning like lightning, and the world split open. I saw the dream roads. I saw the monsters that hide inside men. I saw the spirits that hunger for the forgotten. And I saw my own cowardice reflected in every one of them. That was 2,000 years ago. And still, every time I close my eyes, I hear their voices. Walk until the balance is restored.
I ran, not in fear, but in urgency. The dream roads twisted beneath my feet, shifting like smoke, pulling me deeper into the places where the lost wander and the hungry wait for a voice to answer them. I chased the Shishuadi through the darkness, its form spinning like a dust devil made of grief and old rage. Every step I took, it took 3. Every song, I whispered, it tore apart with its scream. I wasn't running to save myself. I was running to stop it, to keep it from crossing into the waking world, but I failed. The shushu addy reached the threshold before I could bind it. It slipped through the crack between worlds like a shadow sliding under a door. Then when my eyes opened by the fire, the night was wrong. The air was colder. The flames bent away from me. It had come back with me, but only for a heartbeat. Then it vanished, gone into the darkness of the Chusca Mountains, seeking the one thing it needed to finish its vengeance. Revenge for the long walk, not against me, not against the dying, but against the descendants of those who caused that great tragedy, the ones whose bloodlines still carry the echo of that cruelty. But a Shua addy cannot act alone. It cannot touch the living without a vessel. It needs a body, a mind, a soul strong enough to hold its rage. It needs a powerful psychic. And the name it screamed at me still burns in my ears. Obasi Bays Baptiste, a man from New Orleans, a man whose ancestors walk beside him, a man whose spirit shines bright enough for the dead to see. The Shuadi is hunting him, and I must reach him first. The chase continues, now not in dreams, but on dusty highways and forgotten backroads. The spirit world and our own are beginning to bleed into one another, and I can feel the change in the wind. The whispers are louder, the shadows are longer. The Shushuadi is a force of pure vengeance, a wound in history that refuses to heal. It doesn't just want to hurt people. It wants to unravel the very fabric of their lives, to turn their hopes into ashes. Just as the hopes of my ancestors were turned to ash so long ago. Its hunger is ancient, insatiable. Then, with every passing moment, it draws closer to Bays. His psychic light is a beacon in the spiritual darkness, calling out to all things that linger between worlds. For him, it's a gift. For the Shushuadi, it's a key. You might be wondering, what exactly is a Shushuadi? Think of it as the ghost of a person's unresolved anger, the part of their spirit that couldn't find peace in death. It's not the person themselves, but the malevolent echo they left behind. When that anger is born from a tragedy as immense as the long walk, it becomes something far more powerful. A collective storm of rage passed down through generations of spirits. It remembers every tear, every loss, every broken promise. And now, it seeks a host to channel that storm into the modern world. Bays Baptiste isn't just a target. He's the potential epicenter of a spiritual earthquake that could shatter countless lives. He may be powerful, but he has no idea what is coming for him. He doesn't know the language of these ancient spirits, the songs of binding, or the signs that mark the path of a vengeful ghost. I am John Greywolf. I am a walker between worlds, a guardian of the balance. It is my duty to face these entities, to soothe them or to bind them. This is my burden and my purpose. I've packed my medicine bag, sung the songs of protection, and offered prayers to the holy people. My journey now takes me from the sacred mountains of Deneta to the humid, spirit-filled streets of New Orleans. Every mile I travel, I feel the Shuiides influence spreading like a poison, subtly twisting the world around its dark intentions. The stakes have never been higher. This isn't just about saving one man's soul. It's about preventing a historical catastrophe from spilling its venom into the present. It's a race against time, a race against a ghost, fueled by a century and a half of rage. I have to warn Bays. I have to teach him. I have to stand with him against the coming darkness. Because if I fail, the scream I heard in the dream road will be just the beginning. It was a cool but comfortable Saturday night in New Orleans. Downtown was alive. The kind of alive only this city knows how to be. Water Street buzzing, people laughing, talking loud, music spilling out of every doorway. Like the buildings themselves were singing. I'm Obasi Baptiste, but everybody calls me Bays. And this was the kind of night where nothing seems wrong. The kind of night that feels safe. The kind of night where even the spirits stay quiet. I was walking through the crowd on Bourbon Street, letting the noise wash over me. The brass bands, the clinking glasses, the tourists yelling like they ain't got no home training. Then suddenly, everything changed. A sound cut through the noise. Sharp, cold, wrong. Not a woman screaming. Not a man yelling. Not anything human. It sliced through the music, through the laughter, through the whole damn street like a blade made of ice. I stopped dead in my tracks, because I've heard spirits cry. I've heard ghosts whisper. I've heard things that ain't God lungs try to breathe. But this was different. This was a warning. And whatever made that sound, it wasn't from New Orleans. My name is Obasi Baptiste. Most folks just call me Baze. I'm a 40-year-old black man from New Orleans, born in Treem, raised on porch stories and carrying a gift I never asked for. A gift my ancestors pressed into my blood long before I took my first breath. Some people call it psychic power. Some call it a curse. Me? I call it responsibility. Because when you can hear the dead whisper, when you can feel spirits brush past your skin, when you can sense danger before it even knows your name, you don't get normal nights. But tonight felt close. A cool, comfortable Saturday. Downtown alive. Water Street buzzing. Bourbon Street loud enough to drown out anything, or so I thought. I was walking through the crowd, letting the music and laughter wash over me when I heard it. A scream. Not human, not animal, not anything that belonged in New Orleans. It cut through the noise like a knife made of ice. I froze. My ancestors stirred. Something old was calling. Then I heard it again, from the alley between two old buildings. The air dropped 10 degrees. My breath fogged, and I knew. It was waiting for me. "This ain't a ghost," I muttered. My power was already rising, buzzing under my skin like a swarm of angry bees. But I stepped into the alley anyway. Silly me. The moment my foot crossed the threshold, the world snapped shut behind me. The music vanished. The lights died. The night folded in on itself. A shadow lunged. Cold hands. A scream with no mouth. A pull so strong it felt like my soul was being yanked out of my spine. And then it took me. Everything went black. The blackness around me wasn't empty. It was breathing, watching, waiting. Then I heard it, a voice like sand scraping bone. "Stop fighting me." The shoey itty shape twisted in the dark, a storm of dust and shadow circling me like a hungry wind. "I need your power to exact my revenge." Its words crawled across my skin, cold, heavy, ancient. I tried to pull away, but there was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, just me and it. The spirit leaned closer, its voice dropping to a growl that shook the dark. "Your own people suffered from these people." Its words were a poison, seeping into old wounds, their blood, their pain, echoes in you. My heart hammered against my ribs. My ancestors stirred within me, a tempest of righteous fury. But I had to resist. I forced the words out, my voice shaking but firm. "I will fight you." The shushuati stopped. For a moment, there was only silence. Then it laughed a dry, broken sound like a corpse. "Remembering how to breathe, you will try." The darkness tightened around my throat, squeezing the air from my lungs. My vision blurred. My body felt like it was slipping away from me, piece by piece. And somewhere, far off, like a drumbeat, echoing through mountains, I felt another presence, old, powerful, walking the dream roads toward me. John Greywolf. If you love stories that walk the line between shadow and light, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.